Welcome to the Daily App Show. I have an app for your iPhone or your iPad called Packing Pro. Now, if we open up Packing Pro, what it's going to do is bring us into all of our lists for all of the trips that we're about to take. Currently here on the left-hand side of the screen, we have My Lists up at the top. We have a master catalog, which is going to show us all of the items that we can choose from in a catalog to actually add to our trip for items that we're going to need to take. So you see I have some favorites in here. I've got pants, shirts, socks, underwear, toothbrush, toothpaste, and a recharger. Now those are going to be some essential items that I'm always going to want to have with me because you're going to need to wear clothes while you're on a trip. And for the recharger, you're always going to need to keep your device charged. Now if I come back out into the list of categories, I've got things from clothes to accessories to medical and health, gadgets, toiletries, miscellaneous items to dew points, even items for kids and babies and pets. And so I can go through any one of these and view all of the gadgets or any sort of type of category that they have pre-built in here inside the application. Now, a great thing about this too is that if I wanted to add my own category or item here in the accessories option or even just in the main categories, I can type and hit this plus button for a new category. So for this one, let's just say I wanted to call it an iPhone one or an iPad based upon what I needed for that device. I'll just hit next, and now it's added that category. And if I tap edit in the top right hand corner out in the main category menu, I can actually delete categories from this catalog. So you see the iPhone one, I can actually tap in here and delete in the bottom of the screen, or I can hit the information button and actually edit the icon of the selection here. So if I can find a little icon that might match the iPhone that I'm trying to do in here, I can scroll through here in these icons. Go ahead and tap on the one that I think best suits it. And then go ahead and hit save, and it's going to save that category. And now I can hit done and go ahead and save that. And then I can even come to the category and add a new type and add a new item inside the category itself. Now in the settings tab on the left hand side, we've got iCloud, which is currently syncing all of my Packing Pro lists across all of my devices. So if I had another iPhone or another iPad or even an iPod Touch and they were all signed into my iCloud account, I'd be able to sync all the information across each device. I can import and export to a list, to app, to a device through iTunes or even through email. So once I tap on one of these, I'm going to be able to import and export the lists through this menu. The next one is going to be our custom design. Here I can choose the different font and style options here for the application. By default, we've got the new suitcase, which is going to be the brown and tan colors, but I can choose it to any style, and it's going to style the application in that format. So if I were to choose default here and tap save, you see how the whole application changes its design to suit what I've just selected. I'm going to go and leave it in new suitcase for now, but I can even change layout options, colors, and even the font. And then just down below the settings, there are more options for capitalization, currency symbols, quick sort filters, and even category headers, and app icon badges and auto lock features. Now we're going to come into the My List feature, and here we got the demo trip, and we've even got my Disneyland trip that I prepared on the iPhone portion of the video. So I can scroll through here and view all of the actual items that I'm going to be taking to Disneyland. I can see who's assigned to them over on the right hand side and how many I need of them, and I can check them off here in the list for letting me know that I've already collected them. I can collapse any of the pallets in here, and then I can go ahead and check them off as I need to and view the categories as I need to view them as well. So let's go ahead and make a new list. I'm going to hit the plus button on the My New Lists, and I can do create a new list from one of my other lists, from a sample, from scratch. I can import a list from my contacts, and with expert help. I'm going to show you how to use the expert help section. Tap on there, and it's going to allow me to create a list based upon a number of people that are going. So for this one, I'm going to say one male adult is going, one female adult, 2 children are going. For the days of the trip, you can select as many days as you want to. For this one, we're just going to head out for the weekend, so I'm going to select 2 days. Currently, the temperature here in the climate that I'm at is cold, so we're going to be in the winter, so I'm going to choose cold. I'm not going to fly internationally, so I'm just going to choose domestic here in this one. Food prep, since we're taking a weekend getaway, we're going to let others prepare the food, but you can choose by self if you wanted to. And wash, which could either be by machine or by hand. Being that it's a weekend trip, I'm not really going to have to worry about washing my clothes, so I'll just leave it by machine. But if you happen to be in an area that you were going to wash by hand, you can go ahead and do that as well. I'll tap Create, and it's going to ask me if I like to make a short list or a long one with individual personal breakdowns and ownership. I'm going to show you the long version, so tap Long, and I'm going to have to pick a person for everyone on this trip. So you see now here on the left-hand side, it's dropped down some menus on the male, the female, and the children. So the male number 1, since it's me, I'll just go ahead and tap me here in the field. For the female number 1, let's just say that the female is my wife. I'll select the wife. And for child 1 and child 2, I'll select both son and daughter. So for 1, there's son. For 2, I'll select daughter. And now that I'm ready to go, I'll tap Create again. And now I can give my list a name. Let's just say this one, I'm going to call it Weekend. And then my departure date, I can leave that to be determined, or I can select a specific date by scrolling through all of the times and lists. And then I can give this list a note if I needed to just help me organize a little bit better or anything like that. So go ahead and type a note in here if you'd like to. Tap OK, and then tap Save, and now my list has been created. You see the same list over here on the right-hand side that we saw in the beginning of the video, but this time it is organized by individuals. So right now it's showing me everything that everyone needs to get. I can drop down different lists and see what other people have to get. And in the top right-hand corner, if I tap the gear icon, it's going to allow me to filter. So if I tap Sort Filters, you see I can do a Show All, Show Unpacked, Show Packed, Sort by Type or by Item. Currently it's being filtered by person, which is just me. So if I tap on the Me area, you see I've got me, wife, son, daughter, and then shared, and then I can just go ahead and filter all. So now that I'm filtering all, we'll go ahead and hide the filter itself. We'll come into our list, and then I can view all of the options here. Now on the right hand side, you'll see different icons. So you see the icon of me, which is the little black icon. The wife is the purple looking icon. And as I scroll down, we've got the blue and the pink representing my son and daughter. So these are going to be items in the list that are assigned to those specific people. So they are going to need to make sure and grab those items is what I'm having this list for. So that way they know that they need to grab their own toothbrush. Everyone needs to grab their own toothpaste and combs. So anything like that, you see I can check off as they're packed away. Now, I don't have to follow these lists to a T, being that this is an expert one. It's having me pack quite a bit. But if you wanted to, it's giving you a great idea on what you would probably want to pack for a little weekend getaway. Tap on the gear icon again. I can even close all of my palettes and I can reopen them all. I can check everything off all at once, or I can go ahead and mark them all as well. And again, sort filters in here. I can filter by bags, by persons, or I can view totals. See, I have a grand total value, weight, and everything like that I can even tap on any one of these items, and I can add weight and value and even add it to a bag if it was going into a specific bag. One last option in the settings is the share button. So if I tap on the share button, I can share my list via email, Facebook, Twitter. I can even print it and just do this all right here inside the list sharing inside the application. So once again, this application is called Packing Pro. If you like it, be sure and pick it up in the App Store today.